on the Tokina ATX Pro DX 12-24mm f4 wide angle lens. This is not a fisheye, it is a wide angle. So what that means is that there is some distortion on the edges of the photo when you're at the widest angle, like 12 all the way to about 15. There's some distortion, and like people's faces will be like elongated. Trees will look longer than they are. Walls will look longer. Just things like that. But it doesn't distort the entire image like a fisheye would, and you still get that wide angle of view. And what's nice about a wide angle like this is your center and about 3/4 outside of the, say this is your whole image, all the way around here is completely sharp. It's just around the edges that get distorted. So when you first open up the box, this isn't an unboxing, it's just showing you what you get. You have your manual, and it tells you the kind of these other Tokinas that are part of the D series, and there's the 12-24 f4. So in this lens also, it's a constant aperture lens, so it's f4 all the way through the entire zoom range, which is very nice. Here is a certificate of warranty with a handwritten serial number. So and the writing's not very good, but it's readable. So you lift open this right here, and you just have this little cardboard piece, and then you have the lens itself. I keep all my wrapping, so you'll get your lens in a wrapping like this. You pull it out, and the first thing you'll see about this lens is its large lens hood. It is a flower or petal, however you want to call it, flower petal type lens hood. Its model number is BH779. And then you have there's nothing else inside the box. You have the lens itself. Here is the zoom ring. I'll show you guys that up close. Let's focus this. Okay, so right here you have the zoom ring. So you have 12 and 24. And if you look inside the bezel, or the lens area, that does move slightly, very minimal. You have most lenses, you have like a switch for autofocus and manual focus. This one has a lever you pull up and down, so that's autofocus, manual, auto. Now, in manual, you can see the focus viewer corresponds. So we have infinity all the way to 3 feet. So this lens can focus 3 feet. Or actually, sorry, 0.3 feet. Oops, sorry. 0.3 feet this lens can focus, not 3 feet. And this lens does get very, very close to objects. I mean, you can have, let's put this on. You can have something at the beginning, or you can call it end, of this the lens hood, and it will focus in things in here. That's how close it can get, and so you can zoom into 24 and get some pretty good close-up shots. And when you're in auto, this won't turn, but the viewer right here will turn. Now, one thing about this lens is that it's going to require a camera with a manual or the screw type autofocus, like the D300. Where is it? It's right. Right here. So this is actually, that's the aperture of the. Oh, it's right here. This little screw right here. If your camera has on its lens mount like something that looks like it would go into this, and I'll show you what it looks like on the D300, then your camera can autofocus this lens. Now, on the camera like D5000, this one that I'm recording with, it does not have this little screw type autofocus pin to focus this kind of lens, so I have to use manual focus with this lens anyways. But I have to use manual focus with this lens, but I do video on this camera mostly anyways, so that's really not a problem because I'm manual focusing all the time. I just set the focus before I start the video, and then I can change it. And what's nice about this lens while doing video is there's this big ring right here to grab. Okay, sorry about that. The D5000 has a 5-minute limit, and I always forget about it. But anyways, let's Just put this on for now. Oops. Okay, so what's nice about this, as I was saying, is when you're in manual focus and you're doing video like this, or video on this lens, on like a D5000, is you can very precisely, if I can say that right, get your focus. So if you have to be like, you know, doing a focus change, like I brought the lens up here, you can do your focus very smoothly, and it won't be very noticeable in the video. Unlike the 18-55 I'm recording with right now, the element is on the front of the lens, so you have to rotate the entire lens to get your focus, which is very cumbersome compared to this kind of focusing. And the lens is pretty heavy. It's a pretty solid lens. It looks pretty cool in your camera because it's got this big lens hood. It just feels solid. You know, there's a front element right there. It's curved, and this does accept a 77mm mount, I believe. I'll put that in the description. I believe it's 77 or 72. I think it's 77. It's either 72 or 77, and I'll put it in the description on what it actually is. But so, you know, it's got a nice finish to it. It's just like it's barely coated. For the most part, it's like a smooth finish. It has the gold lettering right here. Got your zoom ring, and it's not sticky at all. It's a very nice zoom ring. And this lens has even been in sand, and nothing's still sticky. I took it out to Glamis for a couple weeks, and you can't even really feel the sand. So it does have a pretty, I mean, even I thought I would feel the sand for a long time because of this part right here, and sand can get stuck underneath this, or dirt, whatever kind of things you photographed. And so when there was sand and dirt, not really dirt, but sand, because I took it to Glamis, in here for a couple weeks, but it finally worked its way out, and it's no longer in there, and I cannot feel it at all. As with the zoom ring, it was in there for a little while also, but I can no longer feel it. So it's not that closed of a lens. It's really not weatherproof, I guess you could call it at all. It's been in the rain also, thunderstorm, and it did fine. But my camera did fine also because it's D300, and the D300 is weatherproof. But I thought the lens wouldn't really hold up, but it did, especially with the lens hood. It really keeps water from coming into here, but especially if you have it pointed down. But I had it pointed up for lightning. But anyways, the lens, if you get it focused right and you get it to an area that has no distortion, it's a very, very, very sharp lens and crisp, and the the color reproduction of this lens is very good. It doesn't really have much vignetting at all. I can barely notice any vignetting. And there really is no chromatic aberration on any of the photos I've looked at. It's very minimal. Okay, camera stopped again. But anyways, like I was saying, there is no chromatic aberration. It's a hard word to say. But yeah, and that's very uncommon that there is none in a lens of this price range. This is only, I believe, a $400 lens. Usually in $400 lenses of this kind, especially wide angle, you do get that chromatic aberration, and but this one you can't really see it much, and so it's nice, very sharp, especially for video, photos, and I'll be putting some photos in the video to show you what I'm talking about. So overall, I really like this lens. It's a great lens, and it handles great, and it's never been dropped, so I'm not really sure how how it takes falls, but I have bumped the front aperture a couple times, but with a filter on, and it did alright. There's no scratches on it, but that was because I had a filter on it, but nothing got damaged. So the next part of this video, I'll be showing you what this lens looks like on a D300 and how it compares to an 18-55.